What up, world? It's your man G Williams coming at you. It's all right, because I ain't rap too tight. But I got to say something, so I'm going to say something.
Hey, what up, world? It's your boy G Lewis, and I just want to let you know I say what I say because I am my father's son.
We are back one more time. Booker G coming at you with a hot topic today that I think needs to be addressed. Everything we say needs to be addressed, but this is just one more chapter, one more saga that two men gonna speak about with some depth, some stuff that, again, the news ain't saying.
So today we gonna talk about gun control, right? That's a hot topic in the media. We talking about, people are getting shot in neighborhoods, people are getting shot, at schools, people getting shot all over. So a lot of government officials are talking about changing legislation to impact gun control. So with that being said, on gun control, like, what is your position on gun control, like, and what these officials are trying to do?
I will quote the famous line from Charlton Heston, "From my cold dead hands." That's how I feel about gun control. I believe that those who are trying to regulate us, speaking from my perspective as an African American male, as a black male, don't take my power out of my hands. I got a Second Amendment right, and I'm definitely willing to use it. Okay. Invoke it.
That makes sense. I mean, my thing is real simple. Don't try to impose something on me unless you can prove to me that it works. Mm-hmm. So you look at a lot of the cities and a lot of the states that have strict gun control regulations. You know, Oakland, in a survey, is number 2 in the most high crime cities in the country. Now, California has some of the strictest gun regulations in the nation, right? But yet they've got a city that's number 2 in crime. What that tells me is that gun control, the way you're doing it, doesn't necessarily work. In Texas, where everybody's armed and it's like the Wild Wild West, right. The crime, not one city in Texas is even in the top 10. What does that tell you? That maybe arming law-abiding citizens might decrease the crime rate.
Absolutely.
But there's a lot of people in the black community that say we don't think that's the way because, hey, black people are killing black people in the neighborhood all the time. What do you got to say about that? How do you feel about that?
I have to say, stop promoting that propaganda, okay? There's no such thing as black on black crime. It is used as a tool against us to mitigate every time we rise up against something, unified against police brutality, against the unfair justice system that is incarcerating and killing our black men. Black on black crime is just a propaganda term used to mitigate our struggle. Meaning that if we say, hey, Black Lives Matter, then the system comes and say, hey, well, what about black on black crime? Well, you know what? There's no such thing. It's used again to mitigate our struggle. The truth is there's a problem with white on white crime, brown on brown crime, red on red crime, yellow on yellow crime, such, because the numbers show, the statistics show that most 85% of all violent crimes within each of these quote unquote races that we talked about, they kill one another. So we have a black on black crime, we have a white on white crime problem too. That's 85% of violent crimes that are committed against whites are done by other whites. You tend to kill the people that you live next to. So again, black on black crime, guns in the community, us killing each other, that's not, it's propaganda. It's the truth and a lie told at the same time.
Okay, I'm glad you said the truth and a lie, because I mean, to me, I believe there absolutely is black on black crime. And I agree with you 100% that it happens based on the neighborhood that you live in. But I'm a firm believer where there's poverty, there's violence. So when you look at a lot of these neighborhoods where you have Hispanic on Hispanic crime, or white on white crime, or black on black crime, or even Asian on Asian crime, you have poverty, mm-hmm. right? So we have to look at, well, why do we have so many crimes against each other in the neighborhoods? It's not just because we live next to each other, but we have an influx of gangs in these poor neighborhoods. Now, why did these gangs come along? Came along to protect their neighborhood, right. A lot of times either from other gangs or from law enforcement or from getting their people brutalized.
Right.
So when you look at it like that, then black on black crime is not necessarily a problem with race, but it's a problem with organizations that have been formed within those neighborhoods that have conflict and have entered into lives of crime and strike out violently against each other in order to defend themselves. So if we're looking at attacking black on black crime, then we have to look at attacking the crime and drugs and gang problems that we have in our neighborhoods.
Across the board.
So, but that's me. That's just what I think. What would you say to the churches that say we disagree with you?
To unite all Americans around common sense solutions to address gun violence.
That they disagree with me. Get outside your church walls and go into the community in which you claim to represent. Then you'll see. Then you'll see that what I'm saying is not made up. It's not a lie. Okay. Yeah, we got to pray about some stuff, but we got to do some stuff too. You got to pray on your feet a lot of times, and until you go out and mobilize those and say, hey, don't kill your brother, don't kill your sister. And we were able to provide a place where they have an alternative, then there's not much you can say. You can disagree all you want, but if you disagree within your four walls, then we speak in two different languages anyway.
Well, they say it takes a village to raise a child, and most of these gang members start off when they're children. So I say the village has failed the children. The churches, the organizations, the black organizations that are out there are not surrounding them and giving the kids options in which they have no choice but to go to gangs. Fathers being in the households, families being disassembled, all of these are part of the problem. So if we re-engage those things back into the problem, we don't have those issues. That's just me, though.
Right, and I agree. If you can't feed them, you can't lead them. Plain and simple. Is the gang banging and all the problems that exist in the community, as you said, is poverty-based. If you have something productive to do, then you're less likely to be out there trying to get money the other way. You know?
Idle hands is the devil's playground. So final thought?
Final thought is, again, don't support the black on black crime propaganda because, again, it mitigates your argument. As far as gun control is concerned, you know what? I'll agree with gun control if I can be the very last person to hand mine in. But I gotta be the last one, okay? And I am all for gun control if G. Williams on the last day can come and hand his in. Gun control. But until then, from my cold dead hands.
You sound like the angry rapper. Your hands was getting
You know
higher.
what I'm saying? That's what it do, son.
But I mean, final thought on gun control. Here's my thing. It's a political-based topic. It's something that, we have to look at the big picture. It's not just about taking your gun away from you. It's about taking your civil rights away from you. It's about taking away something that the Founding Fathers said we have the right to have as being an American, and it starts with one, and it'll end with them all. If you don't want to live in a slave state again, like we used to, stand up for the rights that you have now. That's where I'm at.
There it is. There it is.